Hello, and welcome to the August 2023 Numerology Forecast and Channeled Messages. I'm Kristen Vallis, and I'm so grateful to be here. And gratitude is a big theme for the month of August. Other themes that I came up with for this, specifically for the people watching this forecast directly, are harmonizing dissonance within karmic relationships, how we're bringing balance and interruption to continual karmic play out through reframing perceived challenges. Another one is deepening awareness of subconscious programming. And another one is shadow work and integration, and exploring energy work through either for self-healing or to assist others or both. So these are just some of the themes I'm going to talk about for August for the people specifically watching this forecast, and also the general overview of August as well. So welcome. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Kristen Vallis. I am a numerologist and a conscious channel for the Book of Life, and a conscious impact coach who guides teachers, speakers, writers, and creatives from feeling stuck, unworthy, and anxious to confidently freeing their voice and creative expression to experience impact, fulfillment, peace, and joy in their lives. Please give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe to my channel for empowering information that will enable you to raise your vibration and your belief in your infinite potential. So let's dive into the month of August. August is a 6 energy month. So what does this mean? Well, the 6 in its highest expression includes things like family, friends, community, expression, creativity, artistic expression, loving, speaking, writing, sharing, anything creative like that, any sort of thing that's going to bring you together with a group of people. Intimacy, collaboration, and love. Love is a big thing with the number 6, being witty, decorating, designing, attention to details, reminiscing, preparing for the new, recovery, anticipation. So recovery is like integration time, right? And this is going to be a big theme for this month as well. Excitement, trust, victory, completions, rewards, activating transformation, karmic balance. And those are some of the higher themes of the 6. The lower expressions of the 6 can come in too. So there's something to be mindful of as you move through the month. Attachment, debauchery, greed, betrayal, dependency, material focus, complacency, very big one to watch out for this month. Anxiousness, wallowing, sorrowful, feeling like a victim, emotionally unstable, cruelty, and karmic debt. So those are some of the things that can come up with the 6. Now it's also the 8th month of the year. So the 6 and the 8 are going to play together this month, and I'll explain how that works in just a second. But the 8 by itself in its highest expression is about momentum, commitment, mental mastery, emotional mastery, physical mastery. These, 8s are like the Olympic gold medalists and the Nobel Prize peace winners and stuff like that. So, it's mastery in a craft and development, preparation, cultivation, wealth and abundance, legacy, fortitude, strength, calm, patience, virtue. Integrity is going to be a big theme for this month. Precision, deliberate, allowing, ready for more, gratitude, meditation, presence, activism, intuitive knowing, devotion, focused empowerment, abundance, and infinity. So that is the high expression of the 8. Now, the lower expression of the 8 is feeling out of control or feeling like events are moving too quickly. You can feel anxious again. So that's a theme between the 6 and the 8 that's double amplified. Life reaching a breaking point, trapped by your circumstances, destruction, sabotage, depression, angry, giving up, reactionary, bully or bullying. So, feeling like you're being bullied or feeling like you are bullying someone else. So abusive power. know it all, stubborn, value other people's opinions over your own opinion of yourself. So these are some things to watch out for also in the month of August. Now, how these two work together. So I don't have my deck of cards right on me, but if you look at a deck of playing cards, the ones like you would play poker with, that is actually the book of life. It's not meant to be a game of poker. And that those deck of playing cards, if you look at a 6 and you look at an 8, it doesn't matter what suit, you will notice on the 6 that the 3 of the symbols line up on one side, 3 on the other side, and there's a clear pathway through. Now, on the original deck of cards, before it was copywritten and comes out the way it comes out now, the 8 also looked like that, where it would have 4 symbols and 4 symbols and a clear path right through the center. So that 6 and that 8 together shows me that we have a very focused, clear path this month. So if you have chosen a path and you know where you're going, you're just going to want to focus entirely in that one direction. And that's where you're going to see the most progress and the most success. So in terms of our spiritual development, our spiritual growth, our growth in our purpose expression, all of that is a big theme on this path. I keep doing this because it's like there's this path going forward this month that is very straightforward. But if you haven't chosen a direction, you will find this month very frustrating, and you'll find yourself in those lower expressions of the 6 and the 8. So if you're finding yourself in those lower expressions of the 6 and the 8, ask yourself, have I chosen my path clearly? And am I focused on that? And if I'm not, refocus yourself on that and you'll start moving forward again. So that's really the key to this month. And there can be a lot of growth, a lot of expansion. There's a lot of support this month to do that. And we'll talk about what that is. So I just want to go back and read through all of the themes that I came up with for August for the people specifically watching this forecast. So harmonizing dissonance within karmic relationships, bringing balance and interruption to continual karmic play out through reframing perceived challenges. So if you have a theme that you keep coming up with in your relationships, no matter who you're with, this theme keeps coming up, whether it's in your romantic relationships, your familial relationships, your work relationships, whatever it is, right? Your friendships, but you have these recurring themes come up again and again and again. This is a month where we are learning to recognize those themes and interrupt them so that we can stop playing out the same karma over and over and over again. It is freedom from this karma that is wanting to come through. So this is a really big theme, and this is really great news. So be willing to reframe those perceived challenges and if you don't know how to do that, reach out to me, because this is something I specifically help people do in my coaching. So, and in my numerology readings and all the things that I do, I help people reframe and rewire their brain to see things differently so that they can move forward in life. So reach out to me if you need help with that, but that is what we're going to be doing this month. There is a lot of healing that's going to come along with that, and a lot of freedom that's going to result, because you're not going to be playing out those old dramas anymore. Another theme is seeing yourself and your divinity through the reflection of your closest relationships, whether it's family, friends, team members, community. So this is really seeing the truth of yourself through the eyes of another. Through seeing it in them, you could, like, I see the God in you, and that means you can see the God in yourself, because you are a reflection of them and they are a reflection of you. And being able to do that, but also seeing the bigger picture of, if I'm seeing something I don't like in this person, what is that reflecting back to me about me that I don't like about myself? So it may be exactly the same thing. It may be a variation of it or something, but if you look at those triggers, you're going to be able to see yourself better through those relationships with other people and get to the core of your truth as a divine being, to see the distortions that are coming up. Because there is the next theme, deepening awareness of your subconscious programming and clearing distortions and illusions that lead to rapid growth. So there's a lot of growth and expansion on order again this month. It's very different than what we just experienced in July in terms of how it's going to feel, how it's going to play out, all of that. But both months were a month of rapid growth and expansion. This is just, it's very focused. It's very, it's different again, because it is very focused. Last month was more about pivoting and changes and things like that and growing through that. This is more going to be, okay, you've now picked your path. You're going to grow through focusing on moving forward on that path. So it's less of the chaos that we had in July. It's going to be very focused this month. So devotion to doing what you love to sustain a high vibrational frequency is another theme this month for you guys. And it will affect collective change through your authentic purpose expression. So that 6 has to do with your purpose expression. And that 8 has to do with creating a legacy through mastering a craft. So those two together really say you can make a lot of change in the world just by showing up authentically as yourself. It's not about, what do I need to do to help other people, blah, 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 blah. If that's your purpose, then yes, but it's not about changing yourself or putting yourself aside to do something to help the world. You are helping the world by being you and doing the thing that you love. So if you love to garden, then that is your purpose. And that is something that you do more of, and you create a vibrational frequency that's so high, it's shifting the collective consciousness higher by you being in that state of love. Does that make sense? So you're not necessarily, people have this idea that purpose is a certain thing, it's a job, it's a, it can be, but it's not always. It's what it is always is being uniquely you. It is being you on purpose. That is your purpose expression. So I hope that helps you understand it better, because this is really important theme this month, is really the importance of doing what you love and being in that higher vibrational frequency because you're doing what you love, how big an impact that actually makes in the world. Okay, another theme, shadow work and integration. So there are 7 planets in retrograde by the end of this month. That is a lot of planetary retrogrades, and that is calling us within. That's calling us to relook at things, to reassess, to all the re's, right? To reevaluate all of that. So we are doing that shadow work. We're doing that integration with that 6, where, things are coming up. The karmic stuff is coming up to be cleared and healed. And we are, next theme, clearing the physical and energetic body. So chakra cleansing and rebalancing is another thing that will be helpful. So things like Reiki and EFT tapping and emotion code, body code, all of those kinds of things. If you need referrals to people who are really good at doing this stuff, let me know. I'm happy to refer you, because I have some great people that I work with personally to help me with these things, and they are amazing. So let me know if you need that support, but this is an important month to do that. I also have a free playlist on my YouTube channel called Sound Healing, with all kinds of vibrational frequency upgrades. It has chakra clearing for each chakra. It has tribal drumming, all kinds of great stuff that you can use to help clear and cleanse and rebalance. So make sure you're doing that this month. That's going to be huge to help move the energy through you. Commitment to a healthier lifestyle through aligning to your highest good. So we will be making changes in our our physical health, in what we're eating, in, we're moving into Virgo at the end of the month. We are going to be starting to focus on that. What foods are we putting in our body? Are we drinking enough water and being hydrated? Are we moving our body? What is our body asking us for? But overall healthier lifestyle too, bringing in that balance between spirit, mind, body, and soul, mind, body, and your emotions, your mental body, your spiritual body, and your physical body all need to be addressed. You can't just do one or two. You have to do all four to bring that into balance. And that six really wants things to come back into balance. So if you've been really out of alignment, you're going to feel that misalignment, and you're going to be called back into aligning that and committing to taking care of all of you, not just part of you, especially because of this Venus retrograde. So we're also going to be exploring energy work, either for self-healing or to assist others, or both. So if you ever wanted to learn sound healing, or you wanted to learn EFT tapping, or Reiki, or anything like that, body code, that's another thing that you might be interested in doing this month, and maybe being called to your, as part of your purpose, is to learn that also to heal yourself and or to bring that to the world. So maybe it's something you already know how to do, and you're bringing that to the world, and you're upping your game on that. So that's those are the themes that I came up with for this month. And I wanted to discuss the month in detail, just to move through this a little bit. The month begins on a Queen of Diamonds 7 energy Venus day, and it ends on an 8 of Hearts, 6 of Clubs, 1 energy Jupiter day in our collective Saturn season. So we just moved into our collective Saturn season right at the end of July. This is the season of momentum. It's a karmic season. It's the karmic return of everything you've been doing up to this point all year. So if you've been doing your work this year, then Saturn season can be very lucrative and beneficial, and you can get great karmic return. If you have not been doing your work, you might find this season a little more challenging. And, kind of Saturn can be that loving parent that kicks your butt to get you back into alignment and back into integrity. So if you're not in integrity right now, this season could be a little challenging for you, and it is for your best and highest good. So trust that and just move with it and do what you need to do now to bring yourself back into balance and back into integrity. That's really the big theme for this whole month, with that 6 and the 8 together. And, the month starting on that Queen of Diamonds 7 energy day on Venus definitely means relationships are a big theme, which we did talk about already in our personal themes for this group. But overall, for the collective, this is going to be a big theme for this month. And really examining the way we think, the way we act, the way we feel about our self-worth, our value, our abundance, and how that measures into how we relate to others, and what we say and what we do and how we move through the world, and taking that to a much higher level, to a level of mastery, and trusting our intuition and trusting ourselves more over anyone else, more than caring what anyone else thinks of us, because that is a low expression of the 8, is caring too much what other people think and making decisions based on that, trying to get people to like you. This is let go of all of that, right? So really be the authentic you is what this month is calling us into. And so we begin the month with the first of two super full moons for the month. And right there on the first at 11:33 a.m., 9 degrees of Aquarius. And of course, I do all of my times in Pacific Daylight Time at this point in history. And so anytime I'm giving you our Pacific time in the US. So it's a very emotional full moon for most people. Aquarius can come off very detached though. So you might feel more irritable or angry or anxious or depressed versus teary-eyed. But if you do need to cry, like, that's good. Let it release. That's a good thing. No matter what you're feeling, a big release is available and can transform you. So allow yourself to reflect and feel the gratitude for everything that you've been through, especially since the beginning of that eclipse season that started in April. Everything that's been going on, there's been some huge, massive changes and things that have come up for almost all of us. I don't really think anybody's come out of this completely unscathed or untouched by the changes. But certainly those of us in this group have felt it pretty intensely. So it really intense is not even a sufficient word to describe what we've been experiencing, right? So I don't really feel like there is a word that we have that can really encompass what it's been like, but you guys know, you've been through it, you know what I'm talking about. So you might feel motivated or inspired during this full moon. I feel like that's coming in more on the second, after the intensity of the full moon begins to dissipate a little bit, but you might feel it on the first. The first super full moon is leading off the month with a huge karmic release. So we move right into that 6 of like, right, that it's not a 6 energy day, but that 6 month, you feel it right away. You feel the shift into the month because it is different than last month. The energy is very different. And we feel that huge karmic release mainly around relationships with people, because it's that Venus day and because it's that Queen of Diamonds day, attachments to the physical world. And we're being called higher and into a more authentic self-expression as a spiritual being, to let go of the third dimensional drama, fear, negativity, all of that. And through this detachment, that 7 energy day and that Aquarius, right, we raise our value and our personal power, which is the high expression of the 8 and that Queen of Diamonds. So then coming up a week later is the 8/8 portal, and that follows this full moon. So although this portal has been open since late July, and we are already feeling the effects of the healing and rebalancing on offer, if we are open and allowing. Remember, the 8 is about allowing. So it's an excellent day for meditation, but really all month, it's great to focus on that meditation, whatever way works for you. So there are lots of different ways to meditate. Find one that works for you, or find different ones depending on the day and time, whatever. But it's really just pulling yourself into the present moment is what meditation is all about. So find a way that works for you, because this is really huge. But on 8/8, set aside some time, make a plan so that you have that space to do some serious meditation on that day, because that will be really helpful for you. It's a day when, you know, we open up to feeling the effects of healing and rebalancing. So like I said, that's open for us on that 8/8. You know, people talk about the Lionsgate portal and all of that. There's different schools of thought on whether that's real or not in terms of astrology and numerology. But the bottom line is, this is double 8s. It's very much about that abundance. It's about that meditation. It's about that mastery of self. And it's about, you know, taking that higher path toward really knowing who you are and what you want and what you deserve. This is happening on a 5 of diamonds, 5 energy day. So it's really about that personal growth and expansion into the unknown, into what's next, and really moving into that space of being open to that. It's very emotional with all those 5s and the 8s. So be prepared for that. It could be a very emotional day, and everything is moving in your highest good, in your highest direction. Highly intuitive, incredible day for channeling, and feeling really connected, trusting yourself and trusting the messages that you're receiving. There could be, you know, a change in your physical environment or your financial situation into expansion if you allow it. Really tap into what's possible with all those 5s. There's infinite possibilities. Are you tapping into that, or do you believe that there's only one way things can happen? So this is really a big change in your physical world story, whether it's through money, relationships, or, you know, your physical health. A lot of different things can come up depending on who you are and what you've been going through. But notice what themes come up. And these are the things that are opening up for expansion and for that abundance to come in. So the lead up to Mercury retrograde is also asking us to take note of what recurring themes arise between 8-3 and 8-23 when Mercury retrograde begins this month. So 8-3 starts that pre-shadow period. So notice the themes that are arising. So notice what happens on 8-8. Notice what happens on the other days, and you'll see what those themes are. That's what you're going to be working on during your Mercury retrograde. So another interesting period that I noticed. So I take a look, and I don't know if you can see this very well, but I put the calendar out and then I draw all these arrows all over it and stuff. And I'm noticing the flow of the energy, whether it's moving forwards or backwards during the month and where it takes a turn. So I noted on 8-14 through 8-24, this 11-day period, which includes the 33rd week of the year, which 33 is a highly spiritual number, right? If you look in the Bible and you look in, you know, all of the different religious texts and things, 33 is a huge thing. In numerology, 33 would be the 6. So it's the more spiritual expression of the 6, the higher spiritual expression of the 6. So in a 6 energy month. So you can imagine the amplification that comes along with this. And then 11-day period, of course, 11 is awakening. So you look at that period, and that 11-day period, which includes that 33rd week of the year, it's accelerated personal growth and shift in consciousness during this time. I really feel like that's going to be a huge leap in consciousness. There are some really huge leaps available all month. And I think during this time in particular, there's going to be some big leaps happening there for us personally and as a collective. And that time period also includes that micro new moon in 23 degrees of Leo, which 23 is 5. 5 is expansion again, expansion of consciousness, personal growth. And that's at 2:38 a.m. on August 16th. It's a 10 of clubs 4 energy day. So that means that we're going to feel increased awareness exponentially of our personal responsibility to lead through authentic self-expression and be willing to be seen and shine in the spotlight. And this can be uncomfortable for many of you. You know, there's a lot of healers out there that really just want to, you know, stay in the background. But the thing is, in order to be able to help the masses, we have to be willing to be seen by a lot of people. And so that's going to come up as a big theme. And of course, Leo wants us to be right out there front and center. So this is a new energy, a new start of a new cycle coming in for us of that willingness to be seen and shine in the spotlight on a larger scale. Trust yourself and your intuition. New awareness and psychic powers are at a peak at this time. And this is the start of a fresh new cycle and way of living where you commit to showing the world what you've got, loving what you do, like having fun with what you do and letting that shine through. So no matter what you're doing, love what you're doing. And if you can't love it, then you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be doing something else. But try and love what you're doing, even in the stuff that you have to do. I put that in air quotes because we are the creators of our reality. And you're receiving clarity and making plans during this time as well. So, you know, that's a really big theme. This is also where that theme of deepening awareness of your subconscious programming, because that 10 of clubs can be about mental spinning. So clearing the distortions and illusions, like what stories are you telling yourself? And is there really any truth to them? Like deep down, is there truth to them? That, you know, once we dissolve these things, leads to rapid growth, the rapid growth that I spoke about in the beginning of the forecast. This is when that theme really lands. So the second super full moon is a blue moon in 7 degrees of Pisces. And that is on at 6:37 p.m. on 8:30. So we're already at the end of the month now. That's a 9 of hearts, 7 of clubs, 9 energy day. And it promises to be a super emotional one because A, it's Pisces, B, we've got that heart energy at the end of the month. So that's going to bring in a lot of the emotions, emotional releases because of those double 9s on that day. Tap into the dreaminess of the Piscean influence and view anything coming up to that's coming to completion from the bigger picture, because that will help you move through this day at a higher vibrational level. It's the perfect time to meditate and to tap into your intuition and psychic abilities. That's Pisces is all about that. And visioning the future between Pisces and the nines, visioning the future, taking responsibility for channeling your emotions into a higher state so that you can create your dreams into reality, using your feelings to feel your way into it, and trust yourself, trust the universe. The last date of note that I want to bring up is 8/28, which is 2 days before that final full moon. That is when Uranus retrograde begins. So this can bring a surprising upshift in consciousness as well that ties in nicely with this super blue full moon 2 days later. Major heart expansions and a focus on the collective good result from this. So that's all a win-win. Nobody loses during that, but it could be, again, very emotional time. Anytime we're in this heart energy, we're definitely feeling the emotions a lot more strongly, and we're being asked to open our heart more at a deeper level. And that is a big theme for the month, because the month does end on that 8 of Hearts energy. So again, it's abundance of love and universal love, and how can we bring love forward to new levels for ourselves. This is a Jack of Hearts, 9 of Clubs, 7 energy day that I'm talking about. And that's really that Christ consciousness energy, and that 7 wants us to take it even higher. So there could be some surprising shifts on this day. I feel like that whole week is going to be really intense emotionally, but also it's in a good way. If you're able to, be a master of your emotions, like that 8 is calling us into, you can channel those emotions into creating what you want. And again, this is something that I help people with. So if this is something that you need help with, please do reach out. If you loved this August forecast, please consider sharing it with your friends and family. And if you would like to explore your personal numerology in depth, or receive support with achieving your big vision, or working through a challenge that you might be having, please reach out to me in the comments below, or you can email me at the address in the video description. And thank you so much for watching. I look forward to providing you with more numerology and channeled messages throughout the month. Thank you so much, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.